A very good morning to all of you. I hope you all are good and studying well at your homes. My dear students, as you know that we are going to have our unit test exam. Yes, so firstly I would like to tell you about the syllabus. See, your syllabus is unit number 1, computer language, and unit number 3, word processor tabular presentation. Okay, only chapter number 1 and your chapter number 3 is going to come in your unit test. Now you cut down this chapter number 2 and your chapter number 4. I understand that we have completed these two chapters, but for this year these two are not in your syllabus. Okay, so you cut down chapter number 2 and chapter number 4. No need to learn their exercises also. This is not in your syllabus. You are not going to get such questions into your exam. Okay, so for your unit test, only the two chapters we are going to have, chapter number 1 and your chapter number 3. Okay, now as you know, we have completed both the chapters. So today in this video, I would like to give you a revision of your chapter number 1, that is computer language. So let us see what is a computer language, what kind of languages we are going to study. Yes, some categories of computer we are also going to see, and furthermore. So open your chapter number 1. So this is your chapter number 1, that is computer languages. Now the name of the chapter denotes that what we are going to study in this overall unit. We are going to study about computer languages. My dear students, you know what is a language? That we use to communicate with one another. Yes, when you are going to talk to your friend, then you have to talk in certain language. Either you have to communicate in Hindi or English or any other language that you know. Both knows. Okay. So when we are going to communicate with our computer, we need computer languages. Okay, and you know, with the evolution of your time, as the time passes by, we are moving towards the advanced technologies. Yes, and now computer languages are also having several versions. So previously what happened when we were not having those advanced technologies, then we were having some low level languages. Okay, they need more efforts for your human as well as for the machine also. So, as we are moving towards your advanced technologies, our computer languages are also improving day by day. Yes, so that is why we move from low level language to your high level languages. Okay, we'll understand that what is a low level language, what is high level language in the upcoming, in the nearby minutes. Okay, so this is about the introduction of your computer language, that the language that we are going to use to communicate with our computer. Okay, those are your computer languages. And now see, at a total we are having 10 main topics in this chapter, as you can see on the screen also. The first three are your languages: machine language, assembly language, and high level language. Now, my dear students, I have told you previously about the low level language and high level languages also. So, these two, the second and the third point, machine language and your assembly language, comes under your low level language. Okay, and then we are having some high level languages also that we are going to study. Now, this is all about your introductory part. Machine languages, you know. See, machine languages are the languages that those are present at the very beginning time. Okay, when your computer has just recently evolved, then only the languages that your computer understand is what? Only machine language. And why machine language? What is the meaning of machine language? It means only 0 and 1. Two numbers we are having, zeros and ones. Okay, and the combination of zeros and ones your machine understood. Okay, don't get confused. What is 0, what is 1? That is up to different level. Okay, you just understand that your computer understands the combination of zeros and one only. Okay, so what happens basically, if you are about to talk a word, let us suppose you want to say hi to your computer, Then how you are going to give this high in machine language? You have to convert this H into zeros and ones combination. Let us suppose 001 we are having, and I we are having 110. Okay, so there are certain combinations of zeros and ones that your computer receives. So these are your machine languages. Okay, and as you know that, see, the combination of zeros and ones are very difficult. It is very difficult for any individual to understand. Yes, how we are going to convert this high into the zeros and ones? Yes, so this is a very difficult task. Now to minimize this task, we are having certain evolutions of your computer languages. Yes, so this was the initial language that your computer had. Now we have moved towards some kind of advancement, not much, but a little bit. Okay, and we have moved towards your assembly level languages. Now let us see what are your assembly level languages. Now see, instead of your zeros and ones, we are having what? We are having some letters. Likewise, you say we are having capital A, capital B, capital C. Okay, certain combinations of these letters we are having in assembly languages. So see, the combination of zeros and ones are very tough as compared to this ABC. ABC we know, okay, we are having much letters in your English alphabet. Yes, so we can make different patterns, and it is quite easy regarding to your machine language. So what happens? But your machine understands only the 00 and 1 ones. Yes, and this is known as your binary code. This is known as your binary code, and this ABC are known as your mnemonic codes. Okay, mnemonic code. Now see, mnemonic codes you understand, but your computer only understands this binary language. So someone should be present in the middle portion na, to convert this mnemonic codes into your binary code. Yes, now we need a one person in between, not exactly a person but a software, because we are talking about the softwares. Yes, so this middle one is known as your assembler. Okay, we need assembler in your assembly language. Or what is the working of this assembler? It converts your mnemonic codes into your binary code and your binary code into your mnemonic code. Now let us take one example so that you can understand very clearly about these assembly level language. Now consider a situation in which you are present over here. Okay, you know English. Consider person number 2 is present over here, and this person knows Japanese. Okay, now if number 1 knows English and if person 2 knows Japanese, then how they are going to communicate with each other? There is a one solution, that there should be a middle person. Yes, who knows both the things, English as well as Japanese. Yes, this middle person should know both the languages. This is your middle person. And now what it does, when Japanese says something, then it converts it into the English one and give it to you, the person one. And when the person one says anything in English, then passing through the middle person, it is going to convert it into Japanese, and then the Japanese is going to the this person number 2 is going to understand what the one person is saying. Okay, so this is how we are going to, this situation is going to work. Okay, and the same thing we are going to do in your assembly language, that is, you know the mnemonic code. Okay, but your computer knows only what? Binary code. So someone should be present in the middle now, so that they can convert this mnemonic code into your binary code. This middle one, this middle software is your assembler. Okay, it converts mnemonic code into your binary, and when your computer is giving any output to you, then this binary is going to be converted into your mnemonic code. Okay, so this is how this assembly language is going to work. Now still we are having certain problems, that how we are going to understand these mnemonic codes. Yes, there are various combinations of these mnemonic codes. No, how you are going to understand that what is the meaning of capital A, triple capital A, and what is the meaning of AB? Yes, still we are having some coding problem now. So that is why high level language came into play. Okay, now high level languages are the most convenient types of languages because these are simple English languages. Okay, simple English languages you are going to write down, and then again we are having one middle portion that is going to convert it for you. See, as we are moving towards the advancement, your computer only knows zeros and ones. Okay, no other language it is going to understand. Even you talk about your Alexa, it also understands the languages of zeros and one because it is a machine. Okay, and every computer based machine is going to understand zeros and ones. Okay, now कितनी advanced machine है, that depends on the middle software, the conversion software. Yes, you are speaking something from here. Now some middle software is there that is going to convert it into zeros and ones. Okay, you are writing something in English language, then some middle software should be there so that it can convert into zeros and ones. So the main role is that of the middle software. जितना अच्छा आपका middle person होगा, middle software होगा, the same the flexibility you will get. Okay, so in high level languages हम लोग क्या करते हैं, ये आपका जो middle वाला software होता है that is somehow advanced one. Okay, and you are going to write down this language into your simple English language. Okay, but your computer understands only zeros and ones. Okay, every time it understands only zeros and ones. So we are having some advantages of your high level languages. Now see, as you know, we are writing English languages words, so we understood what we are writing. Yes, see the first one, commands are written in simple English language. Yes, knowledge of hardware and binary arithmetic is not required. What is the meaning of this one? Hardware, see you need not understand that the compatibility कि आपका ये वाला hardware है तो you are going to use down these combinations. I told you about the combinations of zeros and ones ना. So second point is somehow the same कि आपको ये याद नहीं करना पड़ेगा the different combinations of your zeros and ones. Okay, only you write down simple English language words. Step number 3, programs are not restricted to a particular machine only. Now see what happens in high level language is that जब आप कोई program लिखते हो, okay, it is not depending on the machine. आप चाहे किसी भी machine पर उस program को run करेंगे, that will work perfectly fine. That is the main advantage of your high level language. Okay, fourth one, program require less time and efforts in creation. Why? Because these are high level languages and we know what we are writing, simple English language words we are writing. That is why it take less time and less efforts. Okay, because less code we are going to write down in these high level languages. Now remember, we have talked about these high level languages and binary languages. Yes, high level language is your simple English language, binary language, the combination of zeros and ones, and the middle software that we are going to talk about is known as your translator. Okay, it is known as your translator. Now, there is a very popular question that what is the difference between your assembler and your translator? Now, I hope you know. Okay. Now see, you know the working of the translator, that what is the purpose of this particular software? Yes. Now we are having two types of translators as you can see on the screen. First one is your compiler and the second one is your interpreter. Okay, the compiler is what? Compiler and interpreter both are the types of translators, but what happens in compiler is that it converts the overall program into a single throw. Okay, likewise, let us suppose you are having 10 lines of code. Okay, 10 lines you are having into your particular code. Then what does compiler do? It takes all the 10 lines in a single throw and it is going to convert it into machine instruction. Okay, now what is the purpose of this interpreter? See, interpreter translates each line every time. It means to say if you are having 10 lines now, so it is going to check each line. First line it will read it out and then convert it into machine language. Then second line, then convert it conversion. Then third line, then conversion. Okay, so see the difference. The compiler in a single throw it is converting into machine language, and interpreter line by line it is working. Okay, both are the types of your translator. Now it depends what kind of high level language you are using. तो उसी के अकॉर्डिंग आपका ट्रांसलेटर फिक्स हो जाता है. Okay, now some high level language we are going to study. See, first one is your basic. Now you know about the development and the year. Yes, it is written on your book. It is developed by John Kemeny and this Thomas Coates in early 50s. Okay, you need to remember these things. And yes, one more thing, that is your expansion form. Yes, full form you need to learn. So first one is basic, second one is COBOL, that is common business oriented language, that is third one is your Pascal, then your Fortran formula translation, then you are having Logo, then C, then C++, and then you are having Java. Okay, see, in the upcoming classes, in your upcoming classes, you are going to learn about this 7th and 8th one, C++ as well as your Java. Now from this topic you should remember that who developed these languages and from which year they are developed, and their expansion form, means to say their full forms, and yes, the purpose. Okay, so you learn these things from this topic. These are some of your high level languages. Okay, now next topic we are having the categories of computer. So from categories of computer we'll do the revision next turn. Okay, so up till now you complete this thing, and yes, complete both the chapters in your copy, first one and your third one. The second chapter is not in your syllabus, again I'm telling, and the fourth chapter is also not in the syllabus. In the live class also we will start fifth chapter from your next turn. Okay, and over here we'll start the revision of categories of computers. Okay, so till then you please sit at your home, prepare for your unit test. Okay, and in case of any doubt you can let me know. So this is for this video. Thank you so much.